Hey folks, Brian here, coming to you from my freshly painted top secret hideout. Don't mind the doll in the background, that's mine. Anyway, my birthday was a couple of days ago, and oh, thank you. And I wanted to share, for posterity's sake, so I have these recorded for my kids and grandkids and whoever, but I thought I'd share the legend of my birth that I've always heard from my parents. So my parents got married in 1964, and they'd been married about a year and a half, going on 2 years, and thought they'd like to have a kid. So back then you didn't just walk in Walgreens and buy an ovulation test. So my mom was doing the old-fashioned way of counting days and taking her temperature and all that kind of stuff. And my dad was the assistant manager of the A&P grocery store in Albemarle, North Carolina, right there on 2nd Street, just down from the Catholic Church. And my mom called him at work and said, I think this is a good time. Can you come home for lunch? And so he did, and they did. And 9 months later, ta-da, there I was. So fast forward to December 1966, the week before Christmas. My parents had moved to Charlotte by then, and middle of the night, they're on the way to the hospital to have me, and they ran out of gas. They had a brand new 1967 model Volkswagen Beetle, which they later found out had a defective fuel gauge. But they ran out of gas like 4 or 5 blocks from the hospital. So my dad decides he'll push the car. Mom turns up the radio real loud, rolls the window down so he can hear the Christmas carols while he's pushing the car. He ends up passing out, but he falls in the snow, so that wakes him up. And then they end up walking the last 4 or 5 blocks up to the hospital. They get there, the nurse brings a wheelchair out, and my mom says, I think he needs it more than I do. But they get her in there, and about 45 minutes later, I was born. And the doctor told her, if I had not been her first child and such a big baby, over 9 pounds, that the birth certificate would have said born near Presbyterian Hospital. So anyway, so there I was the first grandchild, and my grandparents were coming over to see me every night at 6 o'clock. And it was driving my parents crazy. So by the time I was about, I think, 7 or 8 months old, they moved back to Albemarle. And so then my grandparents came once a week, like Saturday afternoon for a couple hours, and that was fine. And so then eventually the newness wore off. I was about a year and a half, I think, and they moved back to Charlotte. And the rest is history. So that's part of the legend of me. So anyway, now I've got that for my posterity, for my kids and everybody to see. Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, stay salty, my friend.